we're getting here. I was gonna ask, what do you guys think about like submission to a man? And Abby, what do you think?
Over it, yeah.
Okay.
I know. I'm sorry.
In my definition, like submission to a man just means like allowing him to lead in our relationship, and me like learning to be in my femininity and allowing him to be like the leader and like me the follower. And that doesn't mean like a lot of people connotate like submission as being inferior, and I don't believe in that. Like what I see is like he's the head and I'm the neck. So every decision that like we need to make we make together, but essentially at the end he gets the final decision, he makes the final say. So I'll give him my input, this is what I think, this is how I think we should do it, but he makes the final decision. And me personally, I don't want the responsibility, because if it fucks up, I don't want it on me.
You get to blame him.
And I get to blame him essentially. So but as a man, that is what he's supposed to do, and like that is what I look for in a marriage, and that's what I think that submission should be. And a lot of people conflate it with being inferior to a man, and that's not the sense at all. So when he's in his purpose and he's on what he needs to be on, he's on his grind, I can then follow him, and like he's leading us into a path that like I want to be on. Okay, I'm gonna get on your program because I see that you're leading us into the direction that I want to be too. So that's where I'm like leading to. Yeah.
Wait, and Barbara, you since you consider us conservative as well, you co-sign that as well?
Absolutely, but I always think to myself, what if he tells me I can't get my nails done? You know what I mean? Like, this is a serious question, but I don't think that that's how God has us set up, you know, when he does pair you. You know, he knows that the man that he's going to have in your life is the man that is going to, you know, adore the things that, you know, not adore the things that you like to do and vice versa. But let's go back to submission. I did repeat this before at the beginning. In order for us to even submit to one another, he needs to submit to God first. Mm-hmm. He needs to submit to God first, because if he can't submit to God and get direction from God, then I can't follow his lead. And you know, being a Christian and a believer, God's way is the perfect plan. So if I'm taking his lead, you best believe I'm going to go with that, because God's plan is the best plan.
I'll take it to a different point, because he's not religious, and he's more spiritual in the sense that he believes that you know, what is it that you believe
crystals?
in? Like Buddhism, like you know, like no, like it's like he believes in, like, you know, what you were saying earlier, like there's a source, like there's a higher being, but he's not like in that aspect like religious or like faithful. So yes, yeah. So no, I wouldn't say agnostic, that he doesn't. Yeah, because he believes in the source, but he doesn't call it God. And so when I say like he needs to be on his purpose, it's in my definition, it would be like himself, his purpose, and then me. Like that's how I would tell him to like put me, because I don't want to be put on a pedestal. Because if he's not on his game, on his grind, then he can't be there for me when I need him to be there.
Mm-hmm. And
co-sign.
Oh, go ahead. You co-sign?
I just said.
Khadijah, actually, I want to hear your experience, because you said that you were dating a lot of white men and you were like dominating them or whatever it is.
I didn't say that.
Hold on.
That's not what I said.
Khadijah, yo, fix that.
Whoa, don't be putting words in my mouth. Hold on.
Why do you associate white men with kinks?
Whoa. First of all, don't put words in my mouth. Don't put words in my mouth. I did not say that.
That's not what she said. She said where she was, she dated predominantly white men. That is all she said.
That's very true.
Oh my God.
Let her finish.
You think black men don't like their balls being stepped on?
I wouldn't know.
Listen, no personal experiences.
But what
Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Don't be projecting.
What is your experience with submissive in the idea of that?
Don't be projecting, first of all.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let her speak.
Maybe I've seen a girl just step on.
Let it go.
No, but I think that in relationships, whether they be friendships, intimate relationships, romantic relationships, I think having a spiritual foundation is really, really key. to for respect, for love, meeting people on a particular level. I think right now, like where we're heading to, like just in the climate of the world, like COVID, inflation, and I think it's really important for us to build communities. And so in that regard, that's why when people talk about like polyamorism and like different types of love, like I see that too, because at the end of the day, like we're cultivating respect, we're cultivating community also. You know what I'm saying? So people who have different relationships, like I may have like a friend, or I may have a husband, or I may have a girlfriend or intimate friend, like you can build communities this way. You know what I'm saying? So it's not always about like I think just meeting people. When you comes to submission, I think all relationships we have to like submit on some level. You know what I'm saying? And it's not really about submitting to the man, but it's submitting to something that's higher than thyself. Do you understand what I'm saying?